Everybody, welcome to Yerushalmi Chagigah Daf. We're at the bottom of Daf Gimel Amud Beis, 3 lines from the bottom. It says, Tani, Yesh B'riyah Ma'ashein B'Chagigah, B'Chagigah Ma'ashein B'riyah. There's something including there's some features included in Riyah, that you don't have at Chagigah, and vice versa. And what is some of those? What are some of those? She'Riyah Kulu L'Gvoya Ma'ashein Kem B'Chagigah. Riyah, they bring a carbon oila. So the carbon oila is completely ligavaya, goes completely to God. Masha'en kain bechagigo that you get to eat from to shlamim. Chagiga neheges lifnei adibo lachar adibo masha'en kain b'riyah. Chagiga neheges even before Matan Torah. Thinking about what? Chagiga neheges lifnei adibo. What are you talking about? No, yeah, they brought. I mean, if you're going to go and say because it says by Yishlach es nai b'nei Yisrael v'yalu oilas yizbuchus v'achim shlamim. So you have right. You have they will makriv oilus over there too. So you have to go both of them, right? Both now before the diba. So the Gemara says no. Gemara says loshen chagiga neheges afnei adiba. The loshen we find that such a loshen is used. It says shalachas ami. Moshe tells Pare v'yachoy guli ba'midbar. So you see v'yachoy guli ba'midbar. Fine. Over Simcha, Masha'in came Mishnayim. Simcha has features that both Chagiga and Riyah do not have. And what is that? Whether it can be yaitza even with not your own items. Simcha. Simcha is you have to be mismech. You have to eat. So you can eat a shlamim even if you didn't bring the shlam. It's not yours. You can still partake in it. What's something that you can do on a regular basis that's normal, or something that's not. Like for example, Mois Maser Sheni and a Dharma Davis. You can use all that to Mekayim Simcha. Mashen can, let's say, Chagiga, you can't bring from, let's say, Mois Maser Sheni. Like we just said, it has to be your own, can't be most master and something that is normal. So the chagig you have to bring is your own carbon, and that's what you partake in. Mashen kein simcha, you can do like we said from anybody else's. Rabbi Yossi Bavel Amalin on Amrin, why don't we say Kol Shu Chai B'Riyah Chai B'Simcha V'Yeshu Chai B'Simcha V'Nei Chai B'Riyah? Another difference is everybody's Chai and Riyah is chayiv to do simcha, but the people are chayiv in simcha in a chayiv b'riyah. For example, Nashim chayiv b'simcha, but when a chayiv b'riyah it says kol zechurcha. Rabbi Shubin Levi Omar v'samachta also afilu mimekiloin. Samachta, there's another difference is that samachta you can even go to your local grocery store or butcher shop and buy some meat and be yaitz simcha. You can't do that obviously with chagiga. Amar Ablezer Nemakan Simcha Nelahan Simcha Ma Simcha Amur Lahan Shlamim Avkan Shlomin. Actually, no, it comes. It's specific to Shlomin, not just go buy meat in the grocery store. Rav Huna Ochal Poshut Kol Shiva. There's no shear in it, and being that there was no shear in it, he ate mamish for a few pennies. All he was yaitz all 7 days with just a couple of pennies worth of meat or whatever he bought for simcha. Rabbi Yochanan Mokeser Shtei Keser VaTorah. Rabbi Yochanan says Mokeser Shtei Keser. That's actually Min HaTorah. Taner Rabbi Yosi Kum Rabbi Yochanan, or the Gra actually flips it around. Re'iyah Kol Shehi. Re'iyah really the din is a Kol Shehu. Chachamim Shomru Mokeser Shtei Keser. So he argues with Rabbi Yochanan. He says no, it's a D'Rabbanan. Amalei. Rabbi Yochanan says Yesh Kan Zu. Is there such a thing? So now we're thinking that what he means to ask over here, Rabbi Yochanan means to ask is that the Chachamim have a right to just make a shir. What are we talking about? Of course. Aren't all shirim we have that come from the Chachamim? Kazayis min hameis, kazayis min hanavela, chadash min hasheretz. That all comes from the Rabbanan. So Lois and Mishra says, no, you misunderstood. That wasn't his question. His question was Elokei the Tanur Rabbi Shai. His question was with this Rabbi Shai. Well, Rabbi Shai learned the Tanur Rabbi Shai. Lo yeiro ponai reikam afilu koshu. State in pasuk lo ponai reikam. Reikam is empty. So as long as your hand is not completely empty, you're yaitza. Chacham came and said there's a share. Can't just come with a few pennies. Mo keser shtei keser. And kasha mintu samach lo Torah. When we were soymech to say lo yero ponai reikam is dvar Torah. It's midaraisa, right? And the Chacham who right, the Torah who Chacham Mehem Sha'amru Ma'kes or Shtei Kesa. How can a Chacham come? If the Beferish Pasuk tells you, you can yotz with a kol shoe. Don't come empty. And a Chacham could come and say, you have a specific shit to bring, Ma'kes or Shtei Kesef. Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Bon, Rabbi Yochanan Kedate, Rabbi Shaya Kedate. It's each of them l'shitas. Rabbi Yochanan Kedate, Rabbi Yochanan Duama, Kol Shon Haloch L'Moshe Sinai. Havu Duama, Mokas V'Shei Kesef is Torah. Since Haloch L'Moshe, it's Min Torah. Rabbi Shaya Kedate, it's l'shitas. Rabbi Shaya Duama, Ha'oichel Isu B'Zman Hazeh, Tzarech L'Shanis L'Fanov. Some people have the girsa of Lirshom L'Fanov. Notice he has to write down the shear that he ate. He has to keep a note of it. Why? So to tzorich l'shana is l'fon of shiurim shemiyamid bezn achav yishana lovas shiurim b'yadeh mai zer shir mei zer shir ochal. And was this where you write down? Let's say a person he ate chalev, right? So chalev zasa. So he ate chalev, so he has to write down the shear of chalev they ate. So this way he knows that b'meheri menu when the base midrash will be rebuilt, and he has to bring a carbon home. And let's say Bezin comes and changes the shiurim, they make them greater to make the shear big. And he ate a smaller shear. So it comes out that he's being chul nazar according to the Bezin at the time. So therefore you have to write it down. Have a duamar kol she'i chachamim. It must be he's the one who holds that the shear is the chachamim. That's why the chachamim could come and change it whenever they please. But if it's deraisa, they couldn't just come and change it. So some people say Amrun Chazer Rabbi Yochanan. Some people say Rabbi Yochanan was Chazer, and I think I saw from brought down from Marish Cirilio that the reason for that is because Rabbi Shai was actually Rabbi Yochanan's Rebbe. Once he heard his Rebbe held that it's not Deraisa, so he went over to his Rebbe side and held it wasn't Deraisa. However, Rabbi Yonason train Amrin no. Lo Chazer Rabbi Yochanan was not Chazer. He held to the end that it was Deraisa. And I can prove it to you from over here. The Amar Rebla b'Shem Rab Imi is spalgan Chizki Rabbi Yochanan. It's actually Machlokes Chizki Rabbi Yochanan. Chizki Amar Ad Mechodek Choy Vasser Shtei Behemoths. Person wants he could take his Shtei Kesef and buy two behemoths with it. In other words, each one for a half a shear. Rabbi Yochanan, no. Ain't on Mechodek Choy Vasser Shtei Behemoths. You can't be Chodek the shear. And Elatzosh Dehe Biyodo Shtei Kesef L'Kol Achzvachs. You want to buy two behemoths, no problem, but you got to have two. You have to have Shtei Kesef for each one of those behemoths. Reb Shimon Lakish B'Shem Chis. So obviously it's over here. It must be it is a Dairaisa because it's the Rabbanon. Well, why couldn't he split the share? Okay, I have my Shtei Kesef. How about me buy two animals or three animals with it? Right. So for the fact that Rabbi Yochanan says they can't do that, you have to buy on each animal you have to spend Shtei Kesef or more kesef, so it must be that he holds it's the Raisa. Now, Rab Shimon Lakish b'Shem Chizki Adam Teufel Behema LeBehema Behemus LeBehema Vein Adam Teufel Mois Lema. So what does this mean? A person can go and let's say he has a large family. There's a lot of people are going to eat over Yontif together with him in a Suda. So he needs to bring a couple of animals. So what does he do? So we know, like we said earlier, that the Chagigas Yontif is a chayve could only come from Chulin. Can't bring from Kesem Sheni. So therefore, says Reish Lakish, you have to bring one animal to be Yotzeh the Chiyuv of Chagigah. You have to bring one animal completely from Chulin. The rest of it you can bring from Mois Maser Sheni if you want. But you have to at least be Yotzeh the Mitzvah with one animal. Yochanan says no. Adam Teufel Mois Lema, but Vein Adam Teufel Behemis Lebehemis. It says the opposite. So he says that that every single animal that you bring cannot be completely from chulin. Every animal that you bring has to have. Can't be completely from Ma'aser Sheni. Every animal has to have some chulin in it. So if you bring a lot of animals, no problem. Spread out the chulin so you make sure that each animal has some was purchased with chulin money. Okay. Heich avida. So what's another difference between them? So the difference would be, a practical difference between the two sheets would be, let's say he has 10 behemoths and he brought 5 of them on the first day of Yontif. What about the other 5? They doich, as we know, in the Dar and Davis are not brought on Yontif. The Chayv of the Chagigah, obviously you have to bring on Yontif. But not, like we said, but not in Dar and Davis, and not the Chiyantiv. So the rest, the other ones, once you were yaitzer, right? So you had 10 animals, you brought 5 of them the first day of Yantiv. Can the rest, are they doichi Yantiv, or are they considered chagigas doichi Yantiv, or they considered to be they considered to be in the Davis, and they would not be doichi Yantiv. That's crispy. Omar is spalg and Rabbi Yochanan Shimon Lak. Shemachlek is chadam doichi b'chronom ein doichi. Well, the man of do. We don't know who said what. I'm going to see in the fash milan derabbanim. Maybe we can figure out from the sheet over here with the mois lamon behemis lebehemo. We can figure out what they held, whether or not it's deiche, the remaining animals are deiche yantav. Rabbi Yochanan do amar adam teifel mois lama, ein adam teifel behemis lebehemo, hu do amar deiche. Rabbi Yochanan holds that each animal has to have in it an element of chulin. So if you're going to buy, you can spread it out and have some be mixed, but each animal has to be purchased with at least some chulin money. Shows that he holds what? That each animal is legitimately chagiga. Therefore, it's daichi yantif all across the board, all across yantif. Reb Shimon Lakish, Doma Adon Teufel Be'emes Behema, Ein Adon Teufel Mois Lama, that the first animal, like we said, has to be brought completely with chula money. The rest of them you can buy from Ma'aser Sheni. Shows that what? Havu Do'ama Ane Daiche. Because he holds that the rest of them are not really a chagiga, because if it was real chagiga, you couldn't buy it with Ma'aser Sheni. So he holds it's not daiche. B'Shem Abba, B'Shem Rabbi Yochanan actually says no. La'olam hu ma'isif ha'hela f'deiches yantiv ad sheyomer oid ein bedati loy. So you can always keep adding carbon chagigas, and they'll all be deiche yantiv until you reach a point where you say, "No, something, I'm done. I don't have to bring any more chagigas." Once you say that, that's it. Even if you want to come back, bring the same animal that was brought with the same money as the other animals were, too bad. That will not. That's considered to be neder and dava, and that will not be deiche. That's not going to be Doiche Yantif.